Earlier today, UNICEF Global Director for Child Protection Shema Sen Gunta met with President Getachew Reda. Director Sen emphasized the urgent need for support, particularly for children who have been the primary victims of the conflict.
We've done a bit of getting a sense of the flavor of the child protection issues in this region, but also trying to see what our colleagues have been able to support the government and other partners in delivering, and what is it that we need to do more together.
President Getachew Reda acknowledged the severe impact of the war on children, highlighting the compounded effect of the humanitarian crisis and drought in the region.
The plight of children is even more difficult. Not just because of lack of amenities, but it is mostly children who find themselves at the receiving end of the vagaries of war and, of course, the kinds of crimes that have been committed in this part of Ethiopia. We want to send as many kids, as many millions of kids to schools as we can. Nature has not been particularly generous either. I mean, apart from the suffering wrought on us as a result of the war, people have little in the way of subsistence, not just IDPs, but also other population, part of the population, who have been significantly affected by the war. So in many parts of Tigray, still children face drought-induced starvation. And while the international community has been, of late, exerting some efforts, the amount of humanitarian aid that comes our way is quite insignificant compared to the enormity of challenge we continue to face. So,
UNICEF's delegation, led by Director Sen, visited several key areas, including Shira in northwestern Tigray, as well as Aksum and Adwa in central Tigray. They evaluated the condition in IDP camps and the overall situation of internally displaced persons. In their discussion, Director Sen and President Getachew also explored potential economic opportunities to support the internally displaced persons in the region.
And I know we've heard a lot about factories being closing down as we drove around also. So maybe also to look at, with you together, what are those potential opportunities for revival, that economic revival, because if we are aware, as we work to provide some kind of life skill, some kind of training and, moving them towards that economic empowerment, we also need to know what can we link them to.
The whole issue of livelihood is what should come front and center. Yes, training is sending as many children as possible to schools would also somehow relieve women of the pressure to this is every problem that we continue to face is further compounded by another problem,